Expanding on my Food for Thought project, I am now looking to create a table similar to the Reactable. This can be seen on the Reactable website. What it does is it uses little fiducial markers like these, which I've printed out, and placing them on a surface, they are recognised by a tracker, and then when you move them around, graphics correspond and various sounds change. So this is the table you can see here as it slides across on the website. You place the little blocks on top and sounds are created, which then vary based on rotation and position. Now, the creators of the Reactable have released the source code for free, and that's for the tracking aspect rather, and you can get that from the ReacTIVision website, which also tells you all the different components that are needed to make a basic surface. So what I've done is I've downloaded the software, and I've now purchased the components that I need from the internet. So what I have here is firstly I have a A3 piece of acrylic. This is plastic, see-through, and this is what will make up the surface. And I've then purchased some frosted, transparent, sticky back plastic, and this will coat one of the sides to avoid any reflections, which will ensure that the camera placed underneath can track the markers when they're placed on top really well. Another element that I've had to purchase is an infrared lamp. Now this is needed because the camera will be housed inside of a box. It's going to be dark, so there'll be no light to be able to actually see the markers. So instead it's going to use the infrared spectrum of light. So if I just plug this in, and now I'll just go and shut the curtains. You'll be able to see that it's now fully working. You can see infrared light. Now this works light sensitively, so when there's no light detected in the room, it automatically switches on to save power. And the final component is the actual webcam itself. Now the website suggests getting a camera that can do 30 frames per second and is 640 by 480 at least. So they suggested a good medium range camera is the PS3 i camera, which works with the various PlayStation 3 software packages. But I purchased this camera, and since the Mac operating system has updated to Mavericks or Yosemite, the driver no longer works, so don't buy this. Instead, I looked on the internet and I found the Creative Live Cam for £16, which wasn't too bad, and this works perfectly well. Also, it's got a nice little stand, so it'll be able to stand up like so and view my surface from above like that. Now what I'll do is I'll just plug this in and open up ReacTIVision so you can see how the tracking software works, and I'll hold the little fiducial marker up to it as well. So plugging in the camera. Just open up ReacTIVision. It's marked by the actual fiducial marker symbol itself. Now, as you can see, it's now you're able to now view using the webcam. So looking at yourself here. Now if I hold it up just to the floor and hold the little marker in front of it, I don't know if you can see, but on the screen a 0 is now showing up. This is showing that the marker is being recognized, and each marker has its own individual ID. So the ID for this marker is 0. But if I hold up this sheet here, which has all the markers 1 to 11, what a distance, it can actually pick up the numbers on each of these different markers. So what I plan to do is to place these markers on the bottom of some 3D printed objects, so that when the objects themselves are rotated and moved around, the visualization on screen will do the same thing. Now, I've done some research into how I might go about doing this. I have found a library which combines together ActionScript 3 for Flash and Tangible User Interface, which is 2UIO. And what this does is it links up the data that's being tracked from the ReacTIVision software, and then kind of puts that together and connects it to ActionScript and the rotation properties and movement properties. So what I now plan to do is to look into this, do a few of the demos which I'll be putting up later on, and hopefully I can get some basic fundamental visuals working to then expand into the design which I want to create as an installation.